Good morning, everybody. It's spring, the weather's breaking, it's getting super nice, and today we're going to be trapping groundhogs. Yes, the groundhog, the whistle pig, the woodchuck. Anybody that has property already knows how much trouble these guys can cause, how much damage they can create. All they do is burrow, eat your crops, eat your garden, your flowers. They're destructive to their foundation, and you just want to get them removed from your property. So I'm going to show you how I take care of that. Most of the time they'll have multiple entrances. So there's a hole right here, boom, and we're on an old mound. And there's also a hole right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's also a hole over there and one on the back side. If you're using a foot trap like I'm using, a Foothold, if you see right here, he has two primary trails leaving the den. Right there is a good spot to bed a trap, or right here. Check your local laws and make sure it is okay. So here's a perfect example of woodchuck burrow, okay? Right there, they're coming in and out, and they'll have various holes, especially the older ones. That's an old hole. He's got a trail coming up down right here going into the pasture, and then there's two holes on the back side. So they dig multiple entrances most of the time. That's for security purposes, and they like to dig. So they will really run amok on your foundation, barns, buildings, any kind of structure. There's a nice hole right there. Look for fresh digs. And that's a well-used burrow right there. So, you know, put a trap right here or a trap right there. Now, you can use live traps if you prefer, you know, and what I suggest is use something like field corn or an apple. Don't use lettuce and stuff like that. It dries in the sun too easily. They got plenty of green out here. So just use something with eye appeal if you're using a live trap. Now, if you're using a Foothold trap like I'm using, I'm showing you how I do it. Just make sure you check your local laws to see if you can set near a burrow or a den. And where permitted, use a conibear, which I can use one as long as it's over or under a 160 conibear. So I can use a 155 or a 120, whichever I prefer. So we're going to set up this hole. I'm going to show you how I do that. All right, we are back. I got rained out when I was getting ready to set this trap. So I'm going to show you how I set this up. Right here, we're going to be putting it where he's coming out of the hole through this tight little spot. And people are going to ask, you know, why did I choose this back hole rather than the active front ones? And that is because I've seen this groundhog 4 times in the past day come out of this hole. So I'm going to show you how we set this up. So we're positioned up here. I'm going to show you how I set it. Make sure your foot trap is securely staked away from the hole if you are allowed to set in front of dens, because they will drag the trap down there and it is a pain to pull them out. So make sure it's just out of line of the hole, whether it's staked firmly into the ground or to something solid that's a little bit back from the hole. Now, I don't have any tools on me, so I'm just kind of doing this primitively. I got a rock. I'm going to dig out a bed that's soft ground. The trap is securely fastened to a tree that is the size of my wrist. Got my 1.5 coil spring right here. This is a pan cover so that dirt cannot get under the pan, so the trap is able to be set off. And the trap is snug, just like that. Here's your entry point right here. See how it's kind of worn down? This is where he's traveling. And I don't have a dirt sifter, so I am just going to ease this up. Make sure there's no big clods or anything blocking the foot trap itself. We're just going to blend it, make it look as natural as possible. Nothing obstructing the trap. Pan cover's right here. Just make sure the trap is firmly in there. Now the dirt will, you know, dry up and it'll look natural just like that. And it's as easy as that. He's gonna come out of the hole, come into his little tunnel, and he's gonna get caught. And that's how you set a foot trap for him. You can also set on trails, like right here. See the trail? You can bed a trap right there. In my state, the trap has to be covered, so that's the way we do it. Let's go try to catch this other groundhog that's over here. The weather's starting to break now. This groundhog just made it super easy on me. I just saw him literally run down this hole. Oh yeah, yep. So we're gonna get this set up and I'm gonna show you how to do it. I'm gonna clear it out a little bit and we'll get ready to go. So right here, we have a little indention. This is where he comes out of his hole, right here. Now, you don't have to get too crazy like you do in other predator sets and stuff like that. They're pretty simple critters and it's pretty easy to catch these guys. So I just barely dug a bed right here. I have a 1.5 coil spring and I have my pan cover so the dirt doesn't get trapped underneath the foothold itself. It's pretty secure, it's pretty firm in here. And that's all you really need. I don't have my tools on me. This was kind of on a whim. So I'm gonna go ahead and fade this over. And he will walk on this fresh dirt. They're diggers, that's what they do. Got me. See that, guys? I just got caught. It doesn't hurt. So, you know, there's a big misconception about foot traps, well, leg holds, and this is one of them. So if you see that, it's just holding my finger in there. It didn't break any bones and my finger's pretty little, so let's go ahead and reset this. Take two. All right. So there's my pan cover so the dirt doesn't get underneath it. My trap is snug. Nothing obstructing the trap. You don't want any big stuff in there to block the trap up. I don't have my dirt sifter or anything like that. So just cover as well as you can. Just like that. All right, guys, as you can see, I blended it in. It looks natural. So we'll come back later this evening and see if we got this guy. So stay tuned, guys. All right, so we're coming back to check the groundhog trap. It has been 2.5 hours and looks like we already got one. So show you what he looks like. And that is a woodchuck, or a groundhog. It's a young one. Now you can't eat these guys. They're not bad. If you choose so, I might do a catch and cook. That is a young one. See his teeth. He's in a trap. He's not hurt. His foot's not broke. He's firmly caught. He's only been in here 2 hours. So he's not suffering, guys. I am a trapper, so if you don't like these kind of videos, probably the wrong channel for you. I'm gonna take care of this guy, get him out of here. We're having a problem with him eating a garden and digging up the foundation, so he has to be removed. I don't have a problem with these guys, you know, but I do when they're intruding on my property. So, you know, it's a must, and I do believe in conservation and management, and it's something that has to be taken care of. It is illegal to relocate, so you have to euthanize the animal. So we'll take care of him, and thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoy these kind of shows, you know, please subscribe, hit the like button, and share out. See you next time.